Good morning, students. Today we will start the new chapter, electrical machines. So today's our topic is three-phase inductor motor. It is the first topic. But before moving on to this topic, I would like to discuss about general classification of two machines. So electrical machines is a device which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy or vice versa. So basically there are two type of electrical machines. First is electric generator and second is electric motor. So basically electrical machines are divided in two parts, generator and motor. So you have to keep in mind that generator is an electric machine which converts mechanical energy into electric energy. I think you all were aware of it. So generator works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. It states that whenever conductor moves in magnetic field, an EMF gets induced within conductor, and this phenomena is called as generator action. So basically we know that electromagnetic induction, so it is the principle used in generator. So mechanical energy converted in electrical energy by that device which is known as electric generator. Okay, now there are two types of electric generator, AC generator and DC generator. Generator which converts mechanical energy into AC quantity or AC voltage or AC current, it is known as AC generator. And second, DC generator. So generator which converts mechanical energy into DC electricity or DC voltage, DC current, it is known as DC generator. Okay, so second part of machine is electric motors. Okay, so it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So when current carrying conductor is placed in magnetic field, it experiences a mechanical force. This is the principle of motor. So motor converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So the motor which operates on DC supply is DC motor, and motor which operates on AC supply is called as AC motor. So these two are main classification of electrical machines. First is generator and second is motor. Okay, now we will start our topic. First machine is three-phase induction motor. Okay, today we will discuss about the construction of three-phase induction motor. In next lecture we will discuss about the operation and rotating magnetic field produced in three-phase induction motor. So first of all, the most common type of AC motor being used throughout work today is induction motor. So it is most widely and popularly used right now. Advantage of induction motor is, these are some advantage of three-phase induction motor: simple design, rushed constructions, reliable operation, low initial cost, easy operation and maintenance. So these are advantage of three-phase induction motor. Right now, nowadays three-phase induction motor are widely used in industry because its construction is simple, it is less expensive. Now we'll start the construction of three-phase induction motor. So it consists of two parts, stator and rotor. So as the name suggests, the stator, it is stationary part which carries winding. It is made up of silicon steel sheets or thin sheets. These sheets are slotted. So we see the figure, then you can realize how the construction of stator. So this is the stator. These slots are inner sides and these are the windings, stator windings. Okay, this is the construction of stator. Okay, so number of slots are provided on inner periphery. Keep in mind that stator has inner slots. Insulated conductors or windings are placed in these slots. So conductors are stator or star or delta connected. So speed of rotor depends on number of poles present in motor. This sentence we will understand after the discussion of rotor. A three-phase stator winding is bound for definite number of poles as per requirement. So we have the stator poles and winding are inserted in it, but this winding is depends on the number of poles as per requirement. So these two sentences are very important. When three-phase supply is given to stator winding, a rotating magnetic field of constant magnitude is produced. This rotating magnetic field induced current in rotor by electromagnetic induction. That's why this motor is known as induction motor. Again, I repeat, when three-phase supply is given to the stator winding, a magnetic field, this word rotating magnetic field, we will discuss in detail in next lecture. But you have to keep in mind that when supply is given to stator winding, a magnetic field of constant magnitude is produced, and this magnetic field induced the current in rotor by electromagnetic induction. And due to that induction principle, this motor is known as induction motor. So this is about stator. See here, I repeat, stator is stationary part which carries winding. It has inner slots, and in these slots that winding are placed. When we give supply to the stator winding, a magnetic field is produced, and that magnetic field induces current in rotor by electromagnetic induction. Okay, that's why it is known as induction motor. Now we'll discuss the next part is rotor. So rotor, as the name suggests, rotor, a stator stationary part, but rotor is a part which rotates and is connected to mechanical load through the shaft. So on shaft that rotor rotates, and the rotor is placed inside stators. So stator, has we know that we have already discussed that stator has inside slots. So that in slots that rotor is placed the inside stator. Now rotor is consist of hollow laminated core with slots on its outer periphery. So you can say that stator has inside slot, but rotor has outer side slots. So there are basically two types of rotor used in induction motor, very important for exam. Squirrel cage type rotor and wound type or slip ring type rotor. So these two type of rotor are used in three-phase induction motor. So we'll start with first rotor, squirrel cage rotor. So it consists of laminated cylindrical core having parallel slots in outer periphery. In each slots, copper or aluminum bars are placed. These bars are permanently soldered at the end with help of copper rings known as end rings. We will see the figure of that first type, then you can realize about this. So this is the figure of that. See here, this is the shaft. On it, rotor rotates. This is the rotor slots. Okay, these are rotor slots, and here is the end rings. So in each slots, copper or aluminum bar are placed. These bar are permanently soldered at the end with help of copper rings, which is also known as end rings. So construction look like the cage of skull. So it is also known as skull cage type motor. As rotor bars are permanently soldered, it is not possible to add external resistance. So these motors have low starting torque. Advantage of above type: slip ring and brush assembly is not required. We will discuss this both component in next type and simple in constructions. But disadvantage is low starting torque. Why low starting torque? Because rotor bars are permanently sorted, so it is not possible to add any external resistance. That's why this type of rotors have low starting torque. Now, next type is wound rotor type or slip ring type. So here, rotor winding is similarly to stator winding. It is made up of lamination slots on outer periphery. Keep in mind here, lamination slots are on outer periphery. So windings are placed in it. The rotor winding is star connected and uniformly distributed in slots. See figure of it. So this is the figure, slip ring type rotor. So this is rotor and these are the rotor bars on outer side periphery. This is the shaft. But here two extra components are added, brush and slip rings. That's why it is also known as slip ring rotor. And these are the external resistances, rheostats. It is a figure of the same type of rotor, but here windings are star connected. So this is brush, shaft, slip ring, and rheostats. Okay. Now, so here rotor winding is star connected, so uniformly distributed in slots. Open ends of winding are taken out and connected to three insulated slip rings. As we have seen in figure, there are three slip rings, there are three brushes. Okay. What is the function of slip rings? We will discuss here. Slip rings are used to connect external circuit to internal rotating circuit. These slip rings are not present in above type of rotor. Okay, skull cage type rotor. Slip rings are mounted on shaft with brush resting on each slip ring. The three brushes are connected, star connected rheostat as we have seen in figure. During start, external resistances are made part of rotor circuit so as to give high starting torque. In above type, there is low starting torque, but due to that external resistances and external circuit, it has higher starting torque. As motor attains normal speed, the three brushes are sorted so that wound rotor runs like skull cage type rotor. See here, after the high starting torque, when motor attains normal speed, these three buses are sorted. These buses are sorted. So it runs like normal above type of rotor, skull cage type rotor. So resistances are gradually reduced to zero when motor runs to the speed. Okay. So this is about second type of rotor, slip ring type rotor. So there are mainly two type of rotor as we have discussed. The first is skull cage type rotor and second is wound type or slip ring type of rotor. The difference between these two type of rotor is also very important for exam. We will discuss here the difference between these two type of rotor, or we can say that the comparison of wound rotor and skull cage rotor. So here, this is the comparison of round rotor and skull cage rotor motor. This is the second type we have all discussed, and it is first type. So keep in mind according to that. So slip ring rotor consists of three-phase winding similar to stator. But here in rotor consists of bars which are sorted at the ends with help of end rings. External resistances can be added. Here, external resistances cannot be added. Speed control is possible. Speed control is possible from stator side. As we have seen in construction in figure that slip ring and buses are present. Here slip ring and buses are not present. Complicated construction, simple construction, cost is more due to that extra components. Cost is less, more maintenance cost, less maintenance cost. Here, higher starting torque can be obtained due to that extra circuits components. Moderate starting torque or low starting torque can be obtained. Lower efficiency, it has higher efficiency. Used in lifts, cranes, elevators. Used in fans, lathes, and grinders. So this type of rotor used where moderate or small starting torque needed. Here in lifts, cranes, elevators, this type of rotors used because here high starting torque are needed. See, again I revised the main component or main points related to this discussions or this topic. See, here we have start with the types of machines. So basically electrical machines are divided in two types: electric generators and second is electric motor. So today we have discussed about three-phase induction motor. Okay, so it converts electric energy into mechanical energy, but opposite to that behavior is generator. It is electrical machine which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Okay, depends on the quantity it gives energy, AC or DC. It is divided in AC generator or DC generator. Now, electric motors converts mechanical energy when converts electric energy into mechanical energy. Okay. So the type of supply it is divided in DC motor or AC motor. The three-phase induction motor has advantages. It's a simple design, rush construction, reliable operation, cost is less, easy operation, maintenance is simple and less expensive. So these are mainly two types of construction of three-phase induction motor has stator and rotor. Okay. So stator is stationary part. It has seats, silicon tubes, number of windings in inner periphery and slots are on inner periphery. Whereas in rotor is a part which rotates and is connected to mechanical load through the shaft. Okay, it has two parts, skull case type and wound rotor type. So here mainly I would like to discuss on main topics. Skull case type rotor, here no extra circuits, no brushes, no slip rings, no external circuit. It has low starting torque. Okay, it is simple in construction. But here in slip ring type rotor, these brushes, slip rings are provided for external circuit to connect with the internal circuits. We have got the higher starting torque. Okay, and these are the comparison of these two type of rotor, slip ring type rotor and skull case type rotor. Okay, so this is all about three-phase induction motor, construction of three-phase induction motor. In next lecture, we will discuss about the rotating magnetic field and principle of working of three-phase induction motor. Thank you.